Baby, I can't eat, I can't sleep, because my mind is drowning in you. Every time I close my eyes, you're there. Every time I try to breathe, it feels like your name is caught in my chest. I've tried to distract myself, to push these feelings aside, but the more I fight it, the stronger it pulls me in. And the truth is, I'm losing myself over you, and I don't even know if I want to be found. Do you know what it feels like to sit at a table with food in front of you, but the taste disappears because all you can think about is someone? That's me. Every bite feels empty, every moment without you feels hollow, and when the night comes, sleep doesn't bring me peace. Instead, it turns into a battlefield where my thoughts run wild, where I replay your smile, your voice, the way you look at me, and I lie awake, trapped in the storm of missing you. I tell myself I need rest. I tell myself I need strength. But how can I rest when every dream is already taken by you? How can I find strength when every part of me is breaking, piece by piece, because I can't have you near? Baby, it's not just love anymore. It's something deeper, something dangerous, something that takes my soul and refuses to give it back. And here's the part I can't admit to anyone else. I don't even recognize myself anymore. I used to laugh easily, live freely, move through life without a shadow. But now, every laugh feels forced without you. Every step feels heavy. Every day feels incomplete. I've become a stranger in my own skin because who I am without you doesn't even feel real. I know people would tell me to calm down, to breathe, to take it slow. But they don't know what it's like to feel this kind of pull. They don't know what it's like to wake up at 3 in the morning and feel an ache so strong it shakes you to your core. They don't know how it feels to watch the clock tick by, waiting for a message, a call, a sign that maybe, just maybe, you're thinking of me too. And that's what drives me crazy the most. The unknown. The not knowing if you feel it too. Do you lie awake at night, wishing I was beside you? Do you ever lose your appetite, because the thought of me is enough to fill you completely? Or is it just me, burning alone in this fire that I can't escape? Baby, I swear, this feeling is eating me alive, and yet, I can't stop. I can't turn it off. I can't walk away, because even though it's breaking me, even though I'm losing myself piece by piece, every part of me still wants you more than anything. You don't know how loud silence can be, when the whole world quiets, and my thoughts shout your name. I try to keep busy, but every small task finds its way back to you. I wash the same mug 3 times, because my hands remember the shape of your fingers on it, and then I stop, and standing there feels like waiting for something that will never come. My days have a strange rhythm now. Mornings arrive like a dare. Can I put one foot in front of the other without thinking of you? By noon the fight grows tired, and evenings fold into a slow ache that sits behind my ribs. I eat to keep going, not because I feel hungry, and then the food just travels through me like a ghost. That hollow feeling follows every small bite. Sleep used to be a place to hide and heal. Now it is the place fear meets memory. I close my eyes and replay small moments. A laugh, a look, the way your hair fell on your shoulder one afternoon. Those flashes are beautiful and brutal at the same time, because they are proof of something I can't touch when morning comes. I wake from those tiny movies gasping, as if I ran in my sleep and forgot how to stop. There are nights when I walk the house just to move between walls that still smell like you. The couch, the blanket, the place where your coat hangs. Everything keeps a trace, and I trace it back like a map of what I miss. Those walks are slow and solemn, like a quiet confession to the furniture. My friends ask if I'm okay. I smile and say fine, because the truth sounds too big when said out loud. How do I tell them my heart feels like a room that keeps flooding, no matter how many buckets I bring? They don't see how small things trigger me, a song on the radio, a joke someone tells, even a shadow moving the wrong way. Each one is a new wave. I try tricks to pull myself away. I go for a run until my legs burn, hoping the pain will push out the thoughts. I start a book, but my eyes slide back to the same page, and the words go soft. I tidy a corner of the room and find something you left, a receipt, a hairpin, a note, and the whole day collapses into that small thing. It's like the world is built of traps that keep snapping me back to you. There are moments of dread that arrive without warning. A quiet laugh between strangers can make my stomach fall. I imagine you laughing somewhere without me, and the picture stings more than any truth. Then I wonder if you ever miss me like this. If you wake with the same small panic that makes me reach for the phone and then put it down, because I don't want to seem needy. That what if kills me softly. I've tried to talk sense into myself. You will be okay. I whisper into the dark. I list things like I'm making a plan. Breathe, walk, call a friend, sleep, repeat. But the list feels fragile, like a raft made of shopping lists and old receipts. When I follow it, I float for a little while, and then the current pulls me back to thinking of you. It is a cycle that wears down the edges of me. There's a strange beauty in the pain too. It shows me how much I can feel. My heart's ache proves that I can love this wide and this deep, but love that breaks the daily routine is a dangerous kind of devotion. It keeps me awake not just at night, but during small seconds that once were neutral, waiting at a light, brushing my teeth, standing in a queue. Now each second becomes a tiny test. Sometimes panic hits like cold water. I feel disoriented, like I woke in a place I don't know. My chest tightens, and I press my palms to it, as if I could hold the pieces in place. In those minutes, I try to remember the last thing I ate, the last place I was, the sound of my own voice, saying steady things. It helps, a little like a bandage over a slow leak. I have imagined telling you everything, raw and messy and true. The courage I need is the kind that sits at the bottom of my throat and doesn't move until I force it out. I picture a scene where I knock on your door and say what I feel, and you listen, and then we decide what next. In my daydream, your eyes are soft and the world narrows to just the two of us. Those scenes keep me both hopeful and terrified. There are moments I catch myself smiling at the future, like it's a story I can still write. I plan small things that feel safe, a morning you would like, a song you'd laugh at, a place I want to take you. Making plans is a dangerous hope, because it builds houses that may never be lived in. But I keep sketching rooms anyway, because hope is a stubborn thing inside me. Then guilt arrives. Small and sharp. I feel guilty for falling apart, for needing you so badly, for letting my life bend around someone who might not be doing the same. I shame myself for the nights I spend scrolling through old messages, replaying words that now sound like mirrors. Shame is a heavy coat I wear when I should be shedding clothes of pain. It doesn't warm me, it only weighs me down. Sometimes when the ache is loudest, I find myself doing things I never thought I would. I call places you mentioned once. I drive past the street you liked. I check a time you said you might be free. The hunt feels weak and brave at the same time. Brave because I can't pretend I don't care. Weak because these small acts don't change the distance between us. They only make the silence louder. I have thought about leaving it all behind, moving away, starting fresh, where no memory can find me. The idea flares, bright and dramatic, then fades because running doesn't erase love. It rearranges it, maybe buries it under new noise. but the core of the feeling stays. So I stay and try to live inside the ache while tending to the rest of my life like a reluctant gardener. There are tiny victories that remind me I'm still here. A morning when I eat without noticing, an afternoon when I laugh at a joke that isn't about you, a night when sleep comes for longer than an hour. These wins feel small, but they build a thinner kind of armor around me. I celebrate them quietly, like a secret victory dance in the kitchen. Then hope returns in a different shape. Not the fiery kind that burns all at once, but a steady glow. I begin leaving notes to myself. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to want help. You are allowed to ask for time. These notes are small acts of kindness I give my future self. They don't fix everything, but they keep me from unraveling completely. I start to notice the world again in slices. The smell of rain hitting dry ground. The warm color of late afternoon light. The way a child's laugh can cut through a heavy air. These small moments stitch me back together for short stretches. They remind me life exists outside the loop of longing. There are nights I almost reach out. I open the phone, type a few lines, then delete them. The fear of sounding frantic holds me back, and sometimes that restraint feels like love, and other times like a missed chance. The not sent messages pile up in my drafts like unsaid prayers. I have thought about getting help, about telling a friend everything, about seeing someone who can map the jagged edges of my thoughts. The idea of speaking my failure aloud is terrifying, but I also know silence can rot a mind like water rots wood. Asking for help feels like admitting I am more fragile than I wanted to be. Admitting that is its own kind of courage. There are replays that find me at odd times. The way your voice ended a story. The pause before you smiled. The way you tucked your hair. Each replay is a small movie that runs without permission. I have to learn to press pause on it, to close the projector in my head and step back into the room I'm actually in. That discipline is new and very hard. Sometimes I tell myself a promise. When longing tightens, I will do one kind thing for someone else. Help a stranger with groceries, call an old friend, donate a bit to a cause. Doing good for others loosens the grip of my own pain for a while. It's not a cure, but it is medicine I can make with my own hands. And still, the pull returns, as it always does. The next morning might bring a moment that slides me right back into you. Love like this is persistent. It visits without invitation and leaves when it needs to. I am learning to live with its comings and goings, to brace for the waves, and to find dry ground between them. There will be more nights, more restless hours, more careful lists, and small victories. I will keep trying different steps, different tricks, different kinds of gentle repairs to the person I am losing. And slowly finding again, I will hold on to the hope that one day these storms will grow weaker, and that the part of me that loves you will find a safer place to live. Whether that place is beside you or somewhere I learn to stand alone. Some nights feel like a slow slide. One